Welcome to the first ever episode of Skyrim Marathon Redux. Today we are going to be reviewing LoreRim version 5.0.4.1. So, at the end of the video, I'm going to go ahead and put the score, I'm going to call it the Redux score. The Redux score is going to be on the screen with the old original score from the previous version that we tested. Now, if you haven't heard of Skyrim Marathon Redux or heard me mention it before, basically, this is Skyrim Marathon, but redoing the list that we reviewed on the Skyrim Marathon series, hence the name Redux. Alright, so I'm going to have a little spiel here for LoreRim that I created for this video. So let's go ahead and read that out to you. So LoreRim returns to Skyrim Marathon Redux. Following our original review of version 4.5.3, since then, the list has undergone significant development, making this a perfect opportunity to revisit one of Skyrim's most recognizable overhauls and see how it has evolved in version 5.0.4.1. Built around Requiem, the role-playing overhaul, and many of EnaiSiaion's gameplay systems, LoreRim continues to pursue its vision of a modernized Skyrim with deeper role-playing mechanics, immersive progression, and heavily customized gameplay. Expanded cities, dense forests, lore-friendly additions, and hundreds of custom patches and integrations remain at the core of LoreRim's experience. In this Skyrim Marathon Redux review, we put LoreRim 5.0.4.1 through the same 2-hour endurance test used in the original review to see how the latest version performs under real gameplay conditions. Has LoreRim improved enough to change the verdict, or does our original assessment still hold up? So, as usual, we'll be doing performance and stability scoring, overworld traversal and LODs, combat feel and balance, UI clarity, and visual consistency. We'll not be digging into skill trees or anything like that too much, because that's not the purpose of these reviews. These reviews are meant as basically first impressions and what to expect for the first 2.5 hours of gameplay. Because honestly, most gamers will decide if they like something or they don't like something within that time frame, and then you proceed from there. So hopefully this video is useful to you guys. I know it's been about a month since I've been on, but I'm not going to be able to do these on a weekly basis like I used to. But once in a while, I'll keep an eye out for major lists that we reviewed before, which I think I covered most of them during the Skyrim Marathon series. And if they've undergone quite enough of overhauls on their updates, then we're going to premiere them on the Skyrim Marathon Redux series. So let's go ahead and get started. As usual, system requirements. I should have had it on the screen. If not, I'll put it on here during editing as well. And again, we're going to review the list, and at the end, I'm going to put the old score up with the new score. I did start this list up once just to make sure it runs. But for the most part, we're playing Ultra preset, and I did not change anything in the MO2. So you're getting the stock experience of LoreRim right here. I did look through the MO2, so EMB frame gen is off. We're playing at 4K. Again, the same hardware I used to have. The only thing changed is I got a different 4K monitor, but that's irrelevant for you guys at home. So 9070 XT with a CPU 9700X Ryzen CPU. As you can see, I got the performance metrics up here. Let's take a look and see if there's any presets, as we usually do. Okay, so Mel, Nord, for example, I got 3 different ones to choose from. Okay, this one, I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before on other lists. Let's see. Okay. This guy is Odin. Odin is his name, but he just looks like a crazy homeless dude, honestly, with a messed up eyeball. And I'm waiting for the day where like some modless author really goes hard on all of their presets so that every single one's a banger, and that you don't even have to create your own character from scratch. You can just pick any preset and they all look super good. I'm waiting for that day to come. One day one day it'll happen, and hopefully I will be there to experience it on this show for you guys. Because right now, they no, I'm not being sold on any of these presets so far. Let's see a different race. Okay. Orsimer. That's another way of calling it an orc, I guess, huh? It's not often you come across them called that way. At least, I mean, on some lists, I guess they'll go that route with naming them that. But it's very true to Skyrim lore to call them that, I suppose. The Orsimer or pariah folk, commonly called orcs, come from Orsinium in the west. Ah, so that's what they call Orsimer. Their savage appearance and customs sometimes cause fear. Anyways, let's take a look at some presets here. I'm not going to dig too much into that. That's not relevant for this review. Male orc. I don't know why it's so zoomed in. You can't see anything. Let's go. What is it? Shift. Dude, what's up with this guy? Look at his face. Like, what? I don't know why you would bother putting presets in if they look terrible. You should just go with no presets at that point. Otherwise, you just, I mean, sometimes no preset's better than the terrible preset. This guy doesn't look half bad though. We don't play orc too often. So I think for this list review today, we're gonna be doing an orc. So let's just go with that, and let's take a look at some of the modifying sliders here. So let's look at skin tones. Okay, 4 different skin tones. We'll go with that one. We'll look at war paints. Okay, we'll go with that one. Facial hair. Yeah, I think he looks good with a beard. And then speaking of orcs, I just saw that movie on Netflix recently, World of Warcraft. You guys remember that movie? It came out in 2017. It's it's actually more enjoyable this time around than the last time I watched it. But it is, I mean, generally speaking, it was a pretty terrible movie. But it's a good watch once in a while. But basically in that movie, it's just orcs invading Azeroth and trying to take over the kingdom, and the humans up until that point have never even seen an orc before and never heard of them. I think the disappointing part of that about that movie though is that it was just humans versus orcs, and like it would show like certain like council meetings where the high elves would be there, or what are they call them, night elves and blood elves, right? But they didn't really show them in like any battle sequences, which was disappointing. I think that was a huge miss on their part. They should have showed a coalition of like all the different races versus the orcs. Anyways, pretty good movie once in a while, but overall I think that movie scored terribly. Um okay, we're gonna look at hair real quick, and then we're gonna just wrap this up here. We're gonna go with it. I'm just kidding, we're not gonna go with that one. Let's go with, let's see, let me just go right on the slider here. Ugh. Which one to choose? Well, we don't want him to be a fancy orc, so we're not gonna go with like a fancy hairstyle like this or anything. um, let's go with something more orc vibe. More of an orc vibe here. Let's see. Yeah, that's a looks like he got his haircut at a salon. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Okay, we're just gonna go down to. We're gonna go with that one. All right, and then I think his hair color needs to be darker. All right. We're gonna go with what does he look like to us? We're gonna name him. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here for orc names. Let's go with. Let's go with Grok. Just like the AI from what's that company called again? I don't know, that Elon Musk company. Grok. We'll name him Grok. All right, so let's wait for the MCMs to load. Just we don't want to cut this short as much as possible because that could cause stability issues. I mean, if it's going to give me an option to choose from, though, let's go ahead and choose an option. Um, let's go with Sign of a Warrior. Okay, and then we're going to pick our skills here. This guy is just full on, like, just a warrior. So we're going to go two-handed. We're going to go with some heavy armor. We're going to go with a little bit of evasion and finesse and block and some destruction for some spellblade moves, a little bit of restoration, one-handed swords, and let's just go with archery. Okay, religion. Pick a religion. I really don't know which one to choose, so I'll just pick one randomly. Let's see. Elven tribes led the armies of the original elven tribes against mankind. Slay humans, defeat epic foes, never accept Boethiah's blessing or serve her. Those skilled in two-handed are most deserved. Okay, yeah, let's go with that then. Two-handed. Okay, more options here. Okay, let's see. Power attacks. Take 50% more damage, but have 100% weakness to poison. However, you start with. Okay. That one sounds tempting. Hmm. Your presence commands fear, intimidation checks. Okay, yeah. I mean, he's an orc. He should intimidate. Okay, another option. Let's go with the new experience. All right. Anyway, so this is Grok. Now, as you know very well, this list uses smooth cam. So this is the default smooth cam that's enabled, without selecting one. I believe this is Senua, which actually is my favorite smooth cam to use anyways. But there are quite a bit of options here. One thing I can't quite figure out when I kind of open this game up to test out a little bit is if there's actually I just saw it there. Let's see. Is if there's actually I don't know now because now I'm pressing those buttons. If there's a stance system in this game still or not. because there are the stance keys there, but like I can see this is a pretty outdated control layout, because you got here the reshade menu is for home. Well, first of all, reshade became optional recently, so that I guess that could apply if you enable reshade. So maybe that's still there. That's relevant. Wheeler is, I don't like the controls for Wheeler, so I'm gonna change that real quick to the controls that I like, and feel free to copy these controls. I personally like these controls for Wheeler. I can't play without changing it to this. So we're gonna go input, mouse and keyboard. We're gonna change this to Q, and we're gonna remap this to scroll up and remap to scroll down, unmap, unmap. And I mean, these don't matter too much because I don't even use that, but I'll just unmap them anyways. And then hit save. All right. And then just to not have favorites on the same spot, I'll go to favorites, and it was originally at G for Wheeler, so I'll assign this to G. And then I'll make note of it here. So this is favorites now. And LoreRim does so many updates. When they start a new chapter, it's like every other day I feel like there's an update. And then I know there's a way to preserve your keys and all the stuff you do, but I don't dig into how to go about doing that. It's kind of a hassle. So you have to redo this every time you update it, which is kind of a bummer. But that's not going to count towards any scoring at all. It's just, it is what it is. He's very proactive in patching things often. I personally, I mean, if you make a list good, make it good, and then I mean, ideally, just after that, just leave it alone unless it's an emergency. But like, we kind of want to not have to update the game often. And then I know updating is optional, but you know, you also have this FOMO factor that you're missing out of the best version of something. So you lean towards updating. At least that's what I do. And then I just gotta find a good way to maintain my controls. I think I gotta make a separate mod with all of my hotkeys and everything, their settings all in there, and then just put it as no delete, and then have it carry over between updates. That's probably the way to go. If Biggie could find a way to just kind of tell the masses the best way to preserve all your settings in between updates, maybe like a tutorial or something like that. If he hasn't already, maybe there is one out there. I think that would go a long way as well for some people because of how often updates are being pushed on this list. So let's start off. Well, we're an orc, right? And I just got memories. I think one of the most recent reviews I did, I was an orc. Is there an orc encampment here? Oh well. Okay. So we're gonna start off with being out in the wilderness in Whiterun. Doesn't the guy usually talk? I just realized I don't think I heard him say anything. I've actually been following Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync recently on YouTube, like just watching gameplay footage. And I don't know about you guys, but I love that game when it came out a long time ago. Like, I don't know, at this point, like 15 years ago or so. So, like, kind of playing with the thought if I have time to kind of just do some streaming with that as well when it comes out. That could be kind of fun. We'll see how people take to that. I don't know. You guys let me know. You know, I could just stick to this and play all that off screen, or if you guys think it'd be kind of cool to mix it up a little bit and kind of play different open world games and kind of stream them, or maybe make a series on. I mean, I kind of like to play off screen, but so maybe not try to do a playthrough, but maybe just have you guys jump in once in a while during my playthrough, during a stream. All right, so here we are. We're in the world. The map's here. Which, oh, I didn't know you could do that. You just hold right click and you can do that. I like it. I like how you can't see where all the major cities are. That's kind of fun, especially if you're a first-time Skyrim player. And luckily for me, I am not a first-time Skyrim player, so I can do this Skyrim Marathon without having the cities marked, kind of know where they are. So I think today, since we're kind of closer to Markarth, we're gonna hit Markarth up, and then we're gonna do a clockwise run on the map here. Okay, so Ultra preset, this the same, pretty much the same preset I used the last time around, so this should be a pretty good comparison on 4K. None of my specs have changed. We're running at 37 FPS, 35 FPS right now. It's playable. It doesn't look too bad. But we do desperately need... I know that Skyrim is pretty brutal, so we desperately need to make sure we're equipped with stuff. Okay, and... coin purse. Okay, hot stew. Okay. I think they have survival on. I'm gonna turn that off because the Skyrim Marathon, we're not trying to do a survival gameplay. We're just trying to get through through the world. Unless the whole point of a list that I review revolves around survival as its main feature, I'm probably gonna turn it off. So the UI here is Northern UI, made by Nidhogg, which is a cool guy. I've actually been chatting with him quite a bit lately about EMBs on Discord. Fun fact about him, he does not play any mod lists. He just manually mods his Skyrim. He prefers it that way. Alright, so good to go. One thing I also noticed is that LoreRim stopped putting depth of field as like a default setting. So you can now see like the whole draw distance. I know in my last review I kind of touched on that where I was like, hey, you know what? I turned it off and I was like, you don't really need depth of field on because the draw distance looks pretty good. Now the EMB that's default on here is it's lore cut, which is a cabbage EMB that was kind of tuned by Biggie and his team. But there are options like Silent Horizon, there's Cause EMB, there's Amon EMB. So I would advise that before you start the list up, maybe have that in mind what kind of EMB you want to use and select that in the MO2. So that way you don't have to worry about clearing the cache when you're switching EMBs later. Take a look at some textures up close. Yeah, that NPC looks pretty detailed.
If you've got friends who do, have you seen Gleda?
No.
My prize. Anyway, welcome. Name's Ennis. What can I do for you, friend?
Ennis looks pretty detailed. Let's see how this guy looks.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks pretty. I like the NPC selections. Very good. I think that was a strength to the last time around when I played this list. So we're in Rorikstead now, which is kind of a bonus little town, because usually I don't hit Rorikstead. This is open world, so this is probably the heaviest you're gonna get in the game, and it's running about 40 FPS. It was at 35 a moment ago. But but it's, again, it feels okay. If you have a VRR monitor, it doesn't feel too bad actually, having the frame rates kind of drop. Hey,
Yeah.
it's another orc. Do you need help, dude? You're like, are you a prisoner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have the option to set you free. Sorry, dude. Let's see. Where am I going? This way. This way, this way, this way. So the grass textures here, I guess, I mean, these are kind of like, what is it, grasslands or plains or whatever you call it. Holy shit. Okay, I can't fight that damn troll. He's huge. And I can't afford to die and go someplace random. Luckily, from what I remember in the last review, the stamina system is very generous in this game. So I am booking it and I'm not running out of stamina. Some lists you run out of stamina so quick, and then in these scenarios, they'll just demolish you. So at least, you know, in a cruel world, we get thrown a bone a little bit on that one. Oh shh. Okay. Yeah. I know I want to show the combat, but I mean, okay, we'll take a swing at this guy and see what happens. Then we can kind of gauge if we can get him. Dude, he just blasted us. No, no. Okay, he blasted me back, but I think I killed him, so we're okay. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's one of those weak potions. Yeah, man, LoreRim's potions are very brutal, man. Especially in the beginning. They don't heal you very quickly. Alright, we got this guy. There we go. They have like this diluted potion, so like there's different... Of course, in the regular Skyrim, there's different levels of potions, but for some reason, it just doesn't heal you as quickly as vanilla potions does, which for some is a welcome challenge. Speaking of challenge, this game is on Adept, which I don't know, I guess that's default, right? Let's see if there's a stance system still. So is it F1, F2? Okay, there is a stance system still. Let's see. So we got great sword. Okay. So that's one stance. This is neutral stance, I believe. Oh yeah, okay. So it's not like a different mod list where you gotta unlock the stance. Okay. It's not a bad one. Let me see which one I like most. I think I like that one the most. And then let's see how they change in first person. So this is first person. I'm gonna start from F1 all the way to F4. So F1. Okay. F2. Okay. F3. And then F4. Yeah, you can see a lot of trailing there because of how... I mean, I guess the FPS isn't that low. You can see the blur on the screen a little bit. I don't know if you guys see it on your end or if it's just my monitor. But quite a bit of blur there. Oh, I didn't even start a timer yet. Let's do that. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see here. 2-hour timer. Alright. When the timer's up, we're gonna see if we're close to something, we'll go there. Otherwise, we'll try to wrap it up at 2 hours. I gotta pay attention to my compass more. I'm still going in the wrong direction. Alright. Let's also... we can't save right now. What is that castle out there? Hillcrown Yokudan Shrine. I'm pretty sure that's an added area in this particular mod list. I'm curious about that castle. Still can't save. Well, I guess you could, but it's ill-advised. Well, I'm just gonna do it anyways because I haven't saved yet in this game. Is it just me or our guy's skin is lighter than it used to be? Let me see. Yeah, it was. Okay. It's just one of those situations where you gotta restart the... You gotta just do show race menu one time and save it. And then you're good to go. You will not respawn if defeated while in this location. I wonder why that is. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thanks for the warning. Alright, this is a lower level one. I don't like how they knock you on the ground in this list. I remember that being a thing before too. Like that one video that I had a long time ago, one of my first videos, I was playing LoreRim. And I think it was a video I quit on where a spider just knocked me down and then just kept poisoning me while I was on the ground, not being able to control anything until I died. Now I remember when I'm playing this list, like these things can just knock you down and make you feel helpless. Some people like the challenge though. To each their own. I think if I got knocked down in a more, I guess in a way that seems more polished, and a way where I can get up and control my guy more, that would be better. That would sit better with me. But getting knocked down and ragdolled in like, you know, janky Skyrim fashion, it just ain't quite. Okay, yeah, let's not fight that guy. Isn't quite my cup of tea. Alright, so moving on. Graphics look pretty good in this area. I like the fog. It's very immersive. Very scenic. In fact, I just realized I should be taking... It has been a while since I did this. I should be taking screenshots for the thumbnail. So, let me see. What is it called? Photo mode? Yeah. Let me set my usual keys for that. Okay, and then take photo is spacebar and don't navigate with mouse. Alright, so there we go. Yeah. I like this dense forest. I think this will make a good screenshot. We'll see how it all comes out in the end after the video is done. But bear with me while I take screenshots once in a while. I also use it sometimes to make a post on YouTube to like give people a little bit of a spoiler before the video releases. It's also been a while since I posted a video, and so everyone's kind of wondering, at least people who watch my channel are always wondering, when am I going to make another one? So I'm kind of playing with the idea, instead of like releasing this, but like setting a premiere date. I'm thinking about like just shadow dropping it with like a premiere now all of a sudden, to kind of surprise people. So I think I'll do that. So if that's what happened, that's exactly what I decided to do in the end. So we'll see whether you're watching this at the premiere or if you're watching this after the premiere. Hopefully you're enjoying the video regardless. I really do like the fog. It's very immersive. It's really good. And again, you could turn on ENB frame gen if you want. I mean, this is gonna get a little, if at least if you have the same hardware as me, and you're playing at the same resolution. This right here, where you kind of see like the after trail of your sword swinging around, that's gonna get a little worse with frame gen on at these FPS at this FPS. What's interesting is I can't. There we go. I couldn't sheath my sword for a moment. Okay. So I believe this list uses conditional armor animations. So we can see if we put the hide cross on, he runs a little differently. Let's take a look at the armor, by the way. How's the textures on it? It's not bad. It is SMP enabled armor, or SMP armor, vanilla armors. So okay, so take a note, this is how he's running, right? And then if you put the heavy armor on, he runs a little different. Yeah, so it is armor based animation still. We'll take one good look of the surroundings out here. Right now it's 1:51 p.m. or 13:51 depending on how you read time wherever you are in the world. And yeah, again, this is lore cut cabbage EMB. Not bad looking. As many of you know, I do play Apostasy as my main mod list when I do find time to play Skyrim, usually off camera. And I do like lore cut. Like, lore cut's pretty cool. I mean, this version of cabbage EMB really looks good in my opinion. It's probably the best interpretation of cabbage that I've ever seen. But I tried with the help of AI transferring the lore cut EMB to my Apostasy MO2 on a test profile, and like I copied over. I asked the AI to like, hey, tell me for it to look right. Tell me what else is in the stack there that's affecting the visuals, like whether it's the weather or the lighting, whatever. And so it took all the stuff from LoreRim, from the ultra profile that would pertain or have anything to do with the EMB lore cut, and transferred it over to my test profile on my test profile on Apostasy, but I just couldn't get it to look the same. So there's something else there that, you know, AI still just can't figure out. Something else going on there. So if you have an idea of what that might be, then where it could have gone wrong, like something that maybe is an AI is blind to, then leave a comment, let me know. Because that was kind of a fun experiment, especially now that I use like Codex, which is really good with helping me maintain my MO2. Like I'll switch out mods all the time, and I'll ask Codex like, hey, generate me a changelog. And I had to coach it a little bit on how I wanted it, but basically it just edits and updates in Excel for me on my computer now. Whenever I ask it to update my changelog, and it'll just give me a full report of my changelog if I redid Nemesis generation again, or whatever it is, what mod version did I update from to another one, which ones did I remove, and it cleans it all up, and then it starts giving me like version numbers. Like basically I took the old Apostasy and since I modded it so much, I call it Apostasy Black Edition. I just think it sounds kind of cool like that. And so now there's version numbers that it gives me for every time I do big updates. It gives it a new version number. So I think I'm on version like 2.9 of Apostasy Black Edition. Anyways, let's focus on what we're doing here. So, really good visuals, really good lighting in Markarth. I think this is, I mean, this is top tier stuff right here. I mean, you don't come across a list too often that looks this good in Markarth. And that's why, again, that's why I try to transfer this lore cut to Apostasy, because Amon on Apostasy looks really good, especially even in Markarth, but you know, this looks pretty good too, so I wanted to have that as an option. Yeah, it looks really good. Nighttime. Now, so I want to teach you guys something. If you don't play too often, I want to teach you something that I learned recently, and you may know it already, but I like a subtle depth of field usually in my game, in my Skyrim. So I used to be like a no depth of field guy, right? I'm gonna use this guy as an example. Maybe actually, you know what? Let's change it to daytime. Oh, how's the weather look? Let's change it to the day. Okay. And you see how I'm looking at this guy here, right? And let me find a better angle. There's no depth of field around him because depth of field is off, of course, right? But usually these EMB lists, when you turn on depth of field, it's really dramatic looking, a little too dramatic. And so let's see, like depth of field here. It's not too bad actually. Their depth of field is pretty good. But Skyrim has a default depth of field that is disabled by EMB. And if you just go to fixes and you see this says disable game depth of field, if you untick that, then the game's depth of field will kick in. And I think the game's depth of field is probably the best depth of field there is out there. And it can be adjusted with these sliders. Like, I don't know, something when I play Apostasy though, for some reason it just keeps going back to like some default. The sliders all go back to some random default on there, but I just think it looks good. So you kind of see like things blur right there in the background as I'm following this guy, or I need someone standing still actually. You see how the background blurs, but like as you're running around, there's no blur. It's just when you stop and stare at something, then it kind of kicks in. I just think Skyrim's default depth of field is probably the best way to go for me personally.
For just about everybody here. All at reasonable prices.
Yeah, this looks good, and honestly, it's very like cinematic, but not really intrusive. You know. Anyways, that's how you do it if you want to do that too. But I've been playing over 1,000 hours of Skyrim, and I didn't realize with the EMB you could do that. Just re-enable the default depth of field. Alright, so we like to go into Shrine of Talos when we're in Markarth, so we're going to check that out. Take a look at the lighting. The lighting's good in here. You can see, you know, the brazier here is, it has a cutoff for the lighting where it becomes like kind of shadowy over here. And then it kind of picks back up again where the lighting is. Yeah, it looks good. I forgot to check if quick loot is on. So I think it is on by default. And if it is, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Other mates here.
What am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? You want that ending?
We'll take a look at in here real quick. And then we're going to head towards Dragon Bridge.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has
This one's
plenty
a
of strong
favorite of
drink
mine.
and clean
A legend
rooms.
we all know and love. Our hero claims a warrior.
The food textures look good. The floor texture looks pretty good. The wood textures look alright.
Believe the dragonborn comes.
Fire looks pretty good.
The evil of all Skyrim's foes.
The NPCs all look like really good as well. They all have character in their face. This one's face is a little too smooth, but it's alright. But like, you see how like this guy's face is imperfect? That's what I'm looking for, because that, and even this guy has like a little bit of scarring on his face, and this guy's got a tattoo.
This is an ode to
This guy's got some
Skyrim's
wrinkles.
staunch protectors, the Imperials. We drink to our
This guy's got a little bit of a rough face too.
Peaked.
So I look for that in how good NPCs are.
Hi?
This is like a Remio I've never seen before.
Remember, ale is
You know what?
in Markarth.
We could use a helper in this brutal world. Remio, let's see.
Shall we get going?
Yeah, just come with us. Thank you.
You had something to say?
killer of kings on the day of your death will drink and will sing.
What sort of amenities does it have?
We're the children.
It's an inn. You've been here. You know what kind of amenities it has.
Southern guard beckons, every one of us dies.
Okay.
Hopefully I can latch back onto my train of thought from before.
This land is ours,
There we go. We took off that little
white clean.
marker on her. So let's see here what kind of mods there are. Apocalypse spell, EVG clamber, Morhud, ordinator perks, violence, weapon check, afterlife, first person interactions, helmet toggle, knockback, morning fogs. This is old school right here. One click power attack. A lot of people are doing away with that nowadays because they have like SKSE menu framework based power attack mods, like the one from Bottle, which is the one I personally use, and I switched out of one click power attack on my apostasy list that I play for that one instead. But I mean it works still, right? So that's good. Precision. Yep, quick loot is on. Smooth cam. We got true direction of movement and swiftly order squad. Which is that button. Okay. Does it say it? No, it doesn't even say it. See, like this thing here needs to be more complete, I think. I think there's a lot of hotkeys at play here that this list doesn't have on this hotkey reminders. All right, so Dragon Bridge, let's head there. We have about an hour and 39 minutes left. I think we're making decent time. We'll see how close we cut it. Yeah. So I was looking over my score before, and this got a 3.5 on stability last time. And I think, if I remember correctly, or actually I watched a video the other day, I skimmed through it. It crashed once in Markarth, running towards the forge, which it didn't do this time, which is good. And then Quick Loot messed things up, and the compass went away. And so I got a 3.5 because of those technicalities out of 5. So far, so good though. Compass is fine. Quick Loot is there. We are in the beginning of the video though. We've had videos that had perfect stability scores up until like the last 10 minutes. So we'll see how things go. It did get a performance score of 4 last time. And I think if it stays like this, it'll probably land somewhere close to that as well. If I had to rate it right now, I think it'd be teetering between 3.5 and 4 on performance. I think it would have been cool, like a really welcomed addition, if Biggie had used that same map style as, if you know, during this major update, the same map style that Bottle's using. And I think Wander's Way is using too. Yeah, Wander's Way is using it as well. Where it looks like a satellite view, and they use Dindalod to kind of put all the actual landmarks there. I forgot the name of the mod off the top of my head, but yeah. Okay, this guy's too powerful. Let me just loot this guy real quick. This guy have a sword? No, it's a lady. Distract them, Remiel. There you go. Distract them. I want to do combat, but again, in the list like LoreRim, what's gonna happen realistically if I try to battle somebody way higher level than me like that? What's gonna happen is you're gonna see me die and teleport somewhere random, and that'll kind of throw things off with our plan here to make it around the map. So I'll try to do combat as much as I can where I can. If I find weapons I can use, then I'll try to use them. I don't have anything new yet. Let's take a look at some of the water effects. Alright, I believe jellyfish swimming animations are being used there. Some people are battling there. I don't know if it's these two guys fighting each other? Yeah, they're fighting each other. Oh, nice. I can get that guy's gear. Who is this guy?
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. If you change your mind, seek me out here.
Okay, I will. Thanks, man. Look at this. I'm a full-on orc now. I got all this awesome gear. How fortunate of me to come across this. Look at that. How, like, you can't get much more ideal than that situation. Look at that. Okay, we can mess with the spear a little bit too. Awesomeness. That guy did me a solid. It's a sword it's sword animations for the spear. At least in this stance. Let's take a look at, let's do the lineup. F1 is a sword swing. F2. Yeah, it's all sword. I think it's all sword animations. Oh, well. I don't know. Is that a sword animation? I think there is a sword animation kind of like that, but it does look good for a spear. So yeah, maybe that's a spear one. I don't know. Hard to tell. And then that's the last one. F4 is a sword animation as well. But yeah, that looks good for spear. Let's go with F3. Are these forsworn? These are forsworn. They're fighting somebody. Who are they fighting?
Here we go.
You won't get the best of me.
Okay, yeah.
And all of the reach.
Who are they fighting? It looks like they're fighting amongst themselves. Oh no, there's a... What's his name? The red guards.
Come and face the forsworn.
That's kind of cool. So far I've encountered a couple battles. I'm pretty sure that must be a mod that's causing these like random battle encounter. No, no, are you serious? That wasn't that far of a drop, man. All right, we're gonna roll the dice and see where we land, and we're gonna keep running from wherever we land. I did not sleep anywhere, so we'll see where it is. Okay, well, you know what? That completely throws things off now. Because we are in Whiterun. Which is, in a way, good too. Because, you know, I didn't break the marathon rules. I'm just playing the game the way it is. But, we can see Whiterun, which was probably at the bottom of the list of possibilities of being able to get to in time. And it is a major city, so it's good that we get to see it now. So I think we're going to do Whiterun. And then, hopefully I picked up a fast travel somewhere near where I died. And then we can just pick up where we left off. If not, I'll try to look for a COC command to get to Dragon Bridge and continue from there.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now.
So it's a very lush,
So you're willing to starve your wife and
lush
daughter
Whiterun.
to reclaim some rusty old sword?
Buying and
Just need to
selling.
hire
A
one,
range
maybe
of
two
quality
good
goods.
Hey, my hangover is gone.
And the fire looks good. Let me look up the COC command for Dragon Bridge.
Do you know a soul trap spell? I think Scrap might need a new soul gem.
That shield looks massive compared to let's see here. Dragon Bridge. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got a CLC here that we can use to get the Dragon Bridge later. This is really good interior lighting, by the way. This is like, I don't know, some of the best interior lighting, quite honestly, out of any mod list that I played. It's up there with like, I don't know. It's up there. It's honestly, it's the graphic wise, visuals wise, I gave this list a 5 out of 5 last time. And I think it's still maintaining a 5 out of 5 status for me. I'm really curious to see if they change the NPC choice for the visual choice for Ulfric though, because it was a really odd choice for Ulfric to look the way he did. If you watch my channel at all, you know that I always poke fun. I always poke fun at LoreRim's choice for Ulfric's NPC. Because it's just he well, we'll just see when we get there, and then I'll let you guys decide. What do you think of it? If it is the same one, hopefully they changed it up.
Come and trade with me. Great deals to be made here.
Did you see that person's amulet? It was so pretty. Maybe I'll just go do some shopping.
All hunted and prepared by me for your delight.
Hmm. Lydia.
Good morning.
I hardly ever see Lydia outside of the quest where you unlock her after doing, you know, the beginning vanilla quest.
When we were at that last inn, a woman asked if she could offer me her services. But I
Take a look
already
at
had you
Bellathor's
in
as usual. Bellathor's looks really good. If the interior lighting is good on the list.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Yeah, these windows look good, and then the dust particles coming through. The moose head with the flames. Yeah, it looks good. Everything looks top notch over here. I was expecting so, though. Okay, so I think we'll look around out here a little bit.
We'll pay whatever it takes.
On the outskirts too, because that'll bypass the need to have to come back to Whiterun later, and we can kind of end at Riften.
And ask Yorland Greymane to
That shield is so massive compared to Remio's head. We'll take a look at the horses too to see how the horse retextures look. Some modest overhaul for the outskirts here. It's not as dramatic as some lists have shown them. Usually that guy's walking weird, right? I wonder if I untick that mod just out of like habit, because if I was to play LoreRim
buy
off camera, I would untick that mod. I don't like the way he walks all weird. It's kind of like,
Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel.
it kind of isn't very lore friendly.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey, Uthgar.
Yeah, this horse looks good.
Got thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
Yeah.
You sound like my mom. Figured I was lying dead in a field somewhere. Is that it?
You know, I like vanilla horses, and I think, you know what? This list used to be known for, I remember now, it used to be known for having those super skinny horses that just didn't look good. I remember now. And so they went back to vanilla style, and I think I mentioned it once in a video of mine. I doubt that's the reason why they did it, but maybe other people that do have a word with Biggie, or maybe Biggie himself came around to the thought of maybe the horses look better vanilla. because they do. These are just a really nice retextured, like, faithful overhaul of the vanilla horses. Alright, well, we know this smooth cam. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's do a different smooth cam that comes preloaded here. Let's see. So Senua, let's do Galuna. Oh wow, that's like, it's like I'm playing Baldur's Gate right here. Do any of you guys actually play Skyrim like this? But it does zoom in though. See, it looks much more like a regular smooth cam. But that's interesting that you could play it like this. Not quite my style though. I want to check out Riverwood since we're out here, and then we're gonna COC back to Dragon Bridge to make up for the detour in the plan here. We're at 1 hour and 22 minutes left. I think we're gonna be all right. Alright, finally. I think these wolves should be manageable since this is a low-level area. Let's see. There they are.
I heard a sound. It's so good, Scrap.
Okay. So the wolves have been retextured. I think this is one of a new, kind of a newer style retexture of them. But it's still compatible with decapitation, which is good. Or what is that mod called again? Why am I drawing a blank? Have I really not played for that? Dismembering framework. There's actually a YouTuber that I used to watch often for his reviews or assessments of mod lists. I think it's like his name was like Circuit something. Anyways, I subscribe to him, but I guess I just am not loyal enough of a follower to remember his name. But I like his videos, I like his style, and he just released a video recently, I think doing LoreRim actually. It was like a 45-minute video, and I was like, it was nice to see that he posted a video again. In fact, I think I jumped on his comment section and told him it was nice to see that he's pumping out content again. But I think it's circuit score, maybe. No, it's bothering me. I have to look it up. Hold on. This is, by the way, this is Riverwood. So take it in while I look that up. Really nice interpretation of Riverwood. Honestly, better than, I think, Apostasy's interpretation. If I could take things that I like from other lists and put it into Apostasy, which is the list I play mainly, as my main playthrough, I would copy-paste this part of LoreRim over to that, for sure.
Hey, no fair. Get her stumped.
His name was Circuit Score. Circuit Score, is it? Circuit Score Gaming. That's right. That guy's got like 9,000 subscribers. Yeah, he made some videos back when I first started playing modded Skyrim, and I used to watch to see what he thought of lists. Okay, so that's Riverwood for the most part. Kind of nice and lush.
Luke and yelling the other day about a thief.
Let's go and COC to Dragon Bridge. Now, normally I don't want to COC. This is only for extenuating circumstances. Like, we want to stick to our plan of going around through Dragon Bridge. Dragon Bridge Lumber Camp. There we go. Okay. All right, Dragon Bridge. You know, there's certain lists that really stand out in certain areas, and it was that list Elder Teach. Elder Teach, I think, had the nicest Dragon Bridge overhaul out of all the lists I've played. Something about it just looked really good. Like, this is a robust. In fact, I haven't even gone down there before. This is a robust overhaul, Dragon Bridge, but like, it's one I've seen a lot of interpretations of already. But something really stood out to me with. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we can sleep here. Something stood out to me with Elder Teach's Dragon Bridge. It looked really good, and then the knights look really good in that list.
Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. Something different about
Uh-oh.
you. I can tell.
For a second there, I couldn't see the Oblivion icon to talk to her.
Of course.
Okay, I have gold. Okay,
I'll show you to your room.
perfect.
Right this way.
Is this it here? Uh-oh. It still says Fall Fida here. Is something happening with the... Is this the bed? Because the icon is gone. There we go. It's there again. Uh-oh, but the compass is gone. Okay. The compass is gone. First of all, I want to rule out that I didn't toggle it off on accident. So let's see if there's anything called compass toggle. There's a secondary and a main HUD toggle. Let's see. X. Okay. Secondary toggle. Nope. Okay.
If there's anything else I need.
Let's see. Yep. The icon's gone to talk to that guy.
Yes?
Now it's there when I press on him. The icon's gone to open the door. Compass is gone. Yeah, and all the Oblivion icons are gone when you talk to people
But you look a
until you
little
press
sickly.
them one time. Alright, so I'm gonna have to restart and clear this error. It sucks that it still persists, but I'm pretty sure it's quick loot that's causing it. 90% of the time. I've encountered the issue without quick loot a couple of times, but it's almost reliably 90% of the time something that has quick loot on it. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We're back after a restart. You can see our compass is back as well. I'm gonna restart the timer. 1 hour and 14 minutes left. So we're here at Dragon Bridge. I'm gonna try and get to a brighter time of day here. There we go. I don't know what happened to Remio. Where's she at? There she is. Honestly, I can't play a list without Swiftly Order Squad. That thing, it's a really useful mod. This is a cool sight to see right here. I think this has to be a screenshot too. Solitude. Okay. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Can you believe how fast time flies though? I was looking at the last time I reviewed this list was in February. It's like February 18th. So it's been about 4.5 months. And as many of you know, a lot can change in Skyrim modding scene in 4.5 months.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
A little bit of stuttering there. I'm sure you guys can see that on your side as well. Alright, Solitude.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Far you need to go home.
Traitor!
Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Understand. Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Yep, interior lighting looks pretty on point in here as well.
Anybody there?
Somebody drawing a sword? Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen here? What's this guy doing? Who's he looking for?
Hello? I guess I was just hearing things.
Interesting. And this guy's freaking out. Where is it? What is this guy doing? What happened to this
Spare
guy?
some gold for a veteran?
I've never seen that beatdown guy before in this area. Okay, so Solitude changed up a little bit since the last time I played this list. I don't think this house was
Without the
here.
risk of them becoming angry or sad.
So they switched it up a little bit.
Spiced wine, the taste of home and hearth.
Like for the most part, Whiterun looks the same as I remember it, but I think this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Solitude is a little bit different than it was prior on the last video I did. I like how lush they're making the cities though. Like, I like the way Whiterun looks all lush. I like the way this looks with a lot of trees too. Let me know in the comments, guys, what other lists that you've seen me play before that you want to see me do on the Redux series. I know one that I have on my radar is Mages and Vikings, because I reviewed that early on when I still haven't really refined my reviewing process, and so I've been kind of wanting to do it justice, but also it's gone through so many overhauls, and that list had a lot of potential. Like the person who made that, I forgot his name exactly, but I have to look into my records, but he did really well with the visuals on that list, and performance was the biggest downfall of it. And so if that's been addressed, which I think it has been, then I look forward to having it on this show. This room is a bit bright, but I mean, it is morning, and then there's light coming through the window, so let's see how it changes. Yeah, something about the lighting in here doesn't look quite right. Like, it does get dim between lights here, which is good, but I don't know, looks kind of odd.
Please don't interrupt the court.
Oh, that's a different Jarl Elisif NPC visual overhaul, I guess I should say. I've never seen this one before.
To scour the cave and secure the town. Hafingar's people will always be safe.
Please, don't interrupt. Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragonbridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Yeah, these are good.
Tempered reaction might be called for.
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. What about the cave?
You know what? Let me switch back to Greatsword, because you can't even see this guy's body with that big shield on his back. Yeah, the knights look really good. You know, I try not to do too much night gameplay because of how it comes out on YouTube. It's kind of dark, but it has to be at least looked at a little bit. And yeah, the knights look really good outside. I don't know now if this is different than the last time I played LoreRim Solitude, because that little runway that I just went through that leads to where the dude got beheaded, that looks familiar. And I remember I played a list on the marathon series once where they were attacking me and I ran through there, and it could have been LoreRim. I don't know. Play so many lists, things get kind of blurred in your memory. That's a cool draw distance.
All for sale at fair prices.
Let's say that's a good screenshot, but that darn pillar is in my way. Look at that castle in the distance.
Ooh, that person's circlet had an emerald in it. Did you see?
Goods and wares of all kinds.
That's a rough right here. This is a rough texture here. That's like night and day between this and that. Alright, we're gonna try and we're gonna save first of all. But I was gonna try and jump into the water from up here because I like doing that. It's fun. But I need to make sure I can clear it. Which means I need to line up well with it. I can't use a jump. Come on. Hey. Okay. Can I clear it? Let's see. No. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I thought I would make it into the water. And now I am going back to Dragon Bridge, which luckily I can fast travel back to Solitude since I've been to Solitude.
Warm drinks and warm beds.
That's unfortunate. Got an hour left. We got Morthal, Dawnstar, Winterhold, Windhelm, and Riften all on the agenda. Within 1 hour. I think we're doing okay on time. I might not even need to fast travel. I think I can just make a... I can just make a run for it from here to Morthal. Let's just take some shortcuts. Oh, tempted again. I'm tempted. Let's do it. Yes. I wish I made more of an epic splash. That's another mod they should make. When you jump into the water from high up in Skyrim, they should, or even maybe like medium distances, they should make it like huge splashes based on like how heavy your armor is and stuff.
Let's get that.
Ooh, one hit. Perfect. Does this guy have... Oh, he leveled up. Okay. Let's see. Heavy armor. Two-handed. And... We'll do one-handed as well. And... some destruction. If we get destruction spells. I'm going to check if I have one, first of all. And then stamina. And then destruction. Oh, interesting. Now you can pick a spell based off of leveling up. Okay, I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Interesting. What? You may sacrifice your health to restore magicka by casting a bound spell in your hands. Casting that same spell begins the ritual. The ritual can be abandoned anytime. Once the ritual is underway, lowering your hands will break your focus and end the attempt, resulting in failure and potential penalties. Before the ritual begins, you may withdraw by unequipping the bound spell from both hands. Interesting. You're expected to learn a spell by practicing it. I've never seen this before. This is interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm on fire. I'm losing health a little bit. I got zapped. I got zapped again. Okay. You stand at the edge and do not fall. The spell is learned, etched by strain, discipline. Experience is gained not freely but earned. Okay, so I have the spell then. That's very interesting. Also, I have not been praying at all. Let's do that. Okay. And then... Alright, cool. Let's use that a little bit. Oh, come on. I'm out of magic already. Cool. I could use some new weapons anyways. Oh man, the FPS is tanking right now. 24 FPS. So we all know that this area is really bad with FPS usually. But this is some of the worst FPS I ever had in this area. Let's hope it goes away. Maybe it's just a quick little stint there. Okay, we're back at 41. Okay. I don't know what that was, but it's gone, so that's good. Alright, let's head to Morthal. Who is this guy? Oh, he's just sitting there. Interesting. Morthal was like... Is it here? Or is it... Now I'm starting to second guess myself on where Morthal is. I think if I get an idea of how things look around the area, I might be able to get back on track. Yeah, 20 FPS, man. This is rough. Something about this area just beats the crap out of every list. 14 FPS. 26 now, it's 34. Some serious, like, some serious work needs to be done by the modding community with improving the performance in these little marshlands. It seems to be an issue eluding most people who are doing these fine-tuning of performance around Skyrim. Oh, my magicka is gone. It's not even restoring. There's no point in having that on then. Not gonna lie, this is pretty rough in this area. It's not a very good time right now. Alright, I think I see it. Morthal in the distance here. Alright, so Morthal. Let's see how it looks. I don't recall it looking this way the last time I played LoreRim, so it could have been changed.
What's the you big daft to do about it? How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please.
Alright, Dawnstar. We're off to Dawnstar next.
Way, but you look a little...
Do I look sick? What do I have? I have a terrible headache. Because of maybe learning to do the flame spell. How much money do I have? 20 gold left. Yeah, I can't even afford to sleep. Unless I sell something. Where the heck is Remiel? There you are. Oh man, don't tell me the compass is gone again. I can talk to her without the thing going away, but...
Well, it wasn't important anyway. Probably.
Oh man, the compass is gone again. Oh, well, let's see if we can make it to Dawnstar first and see if any other issues arise while we're on the way there. Oh man, these guys are coming after me? Oh, you're level 3. I'm taking you down, man. Let's go. Yeah, I'm taking your helmet, buddy. And your axe. And I'm gonna use your axe there and your helmet here. Pick your head off. Oh, these guys aren't bad at all. I'm glad I got Remiel. She's really helping out here. Alright, short sword. Crossbow. Alright. Great. That's great news. Let's change up the stances. Okay, so this is stance 1.
Morkarth is said to have created Nirn.
Okay, stance 2.
Lorkhan? And who created whoever created Lorkhan?
Okay, stance 3. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's all the same. Okay, because it's dual wield maybe. In third person. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the stances will change up what's going on with my right hand, but the left hand will always just be the same slashing motion. Oh, do I stand corrected? I stand corrected, I think. That one was a little bit different. Nope, yeah, no, it's all the same. It's all the same on the left hand, but the right hand changes. Let's try out a different smooth cam. Let's do this Taz's smooth cam. Yeah, it looks almost the same, doesn't it? Oh, come on. Don't go the wrong way, man. Hey, the compass is back. The compass is back. How? Well, that just saved it a 0.5 drop in stability, but was it changing smooth cam that brought it back? Was it always there and I just like couldn't see it in the snow? Now I'm guessing, second guessing myself. I'll have to look at the footage again to see. Oh wait, look, it's gone again. What? It's gone again. Okay, so yeah, I was right. It did go missing, but it appeared again when I changed the smooth cam. Pretty sure that's coincidental because I don't see how the two are combined with each other. Intimate, refined. Let's try that. No, look, it came back when I changed the smooth cam. That is weird. I don't know what to make of that. I'm going the wrong way again. Well, let's see if it sticks around this time. Because earlier, it just had disappeared shortly after I changed the smooth cam. It went away again. I seem to be running slower than usual. Oh, I mean, I guess. What is he? He's at 72 speed right now. 72 speed. Now, if I equip a light armor, would that change? 84 speed. Alright. Let's do a little bit of light armor then in that case.
That's close enough.
Oh, sorry, lady. I'm taking your horse.
Never should have come here.
I need to test out horses. Okay, what's going on with this horse, man? This horse is like a freaking speedboat. Why is he going so fast? I thought this list uses what is that? That horse mod that I like. Now it's starting to remind me of like the old LoreRim where their horses just glided around on a speedboat. I think it was like Thunder Trot maybe. That is really weird. Okay, that was a stutter. I thought I was gonna crash it there. That's interesting. That's really weird. That horse doesn't feel right. What do I rate that under though? Not stability, not combat. I don't know what to call that. It's just an observation, I guess. What are these guys over here? Alright, my compass is gone again. Interesting. These giants all own this boat here. And they're wearing stallroom. Oh shit. This guy over here is getting ready to shoot me with his bow too. Look at this. I'm swimming on the land. Oh my god. It's a little bit of a jank fest right now. Yeah, something's going on, man. I don't know if it's acting all weird because of the compass issue or if all that weirdness would have happened without the compass issue. Like, the compass is back now. Now that I jumped in the water, it's back. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong here, and I will gladly like relinquish my thought on the stability here, but does this list have some type of compass mod where the compass goes in and out like this? Like based off of like some immersion type of gameplay intention, or is something weird just messing with me with the compass? Because I almost feel like someone's just messing with me now at this point. It comes back, and then I'm like, okay, let me do something real quick. It goes away. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I should restart soon. And then before I restart, it comes back.
Who do you think we're threatening with our old warriors? We're not soldiers anymore.
Really weird. You're like, look, the Oblivion interaction icons are gone right now. It is the compass issue again.
It has to be. I've got to get out of this town.
Alright, we're gonna save the game here.
You need to get the hold of.
And then we're gonna restart. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we're back again. This is the second time I had to restart the game because of the compass issue causing some other issues. So we're gonna continue on from here. And let's hope that that's the end of that.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, clean my keyboard. It's looking kind of less than perfect. Okay. Alright, so we hit Dawnstar. We're gonna make our way over to Winterhold, which now I'm doubting my geography familiarity. Is it? I think it's around here. Maybe here. Okay, let's go.
Move, you big oaf!
that lost orc.
Work hard now. The pride of Ironbreaker mine is on the line.
Pride of the what? This isn't the lead.
We're getting good frame rates around here. About 48. I think I saw 53 earlier. I noticed it does that too, where if you jump in first person, it tries to pull you to third person in the water. So like, watch this. And then you go to third person. I'm not pressing F. It's just happening on its own. And then you press F again to go back to first person. It's kind of weird that it does that. It kind of takes you out of the immersion if you're a first person player. Especially knowing that the list actually plays in first person swimming. What is this person doing stranded out here? I gotta go check this out. For a moment there, it wasn't even... Alright. I'm doing pretty well for someone that claims to be level 30. Just get in the water. Okay, there you go. That person is an essential NPC, I guess, because I just need to sleep somewhere. Because they weren't dying.
Catch my breath.
Kind of weird that that fire pit's in the water too. Oh yeah, night sky. That's cool. Yeah, the night looks really good here. Alright, well anyways. Let's sleep a little more. Hopefully our... Yeah, our mana issue is still there. We'll try crossbow out a little bit. Let's mess with our settings. Alright. Let's try crossbow, iron sword, and axe. The water sound effects are kind of non-existent. You come above the water, it's there. You kind of hear it down here. I don't even have ammo for it. What am I thinking? We got 32 minutes left. I don't know if we're gonna make it to Riften on foot, but we'll see how close we make it, and then perhaps I can just COC there. That, or maybe we can hijack one of those turbo horses and run there at super speed. I really don't know what the heck's going on with the horses, though. That's really weird, man. Okay, yeah, the mod is called Horsepower, right? The one that overhauls the horse animations and movements and everything. And I'm pretty sure this list uses it. I think I noted that last time, but that was not horsepower for some reason. That's not the horsepower that I play on all the other lists. It gets the job done, I guess. It's just in a weird, non-immersive way. This bear looks like he's gonna do some damage, man. Remio, where are you? Distract him while I get away. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps taking you out of first person when you enter the water. It's really weird that it does that. I don't know if that's intentional or unintentional. If it's intentional, I guess, then you're accomplishing what you're trying to. But if it's not intentional, then that's a bug for sure. I like the fog. And good screenshots. Did it freeze? Okay. Okay. Whew. Just a stutter. Yeah, this all this right here looks really good.
Where do you think you're going?
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go in this god's-forsaken town?
And what? You think that'll solve all your problems?
It's too cold for my... Probably not, but it's worth a try. Oh, there's a nip in the air.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
I'm sorry, could you describe the smell?
Like some horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded.
The mages don't let us.
What did you do?
They
It was
said
a
it's
minor
not safe in there.
miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people...
This right here looks really good. This is really good lighting, good atmosphere. Really good. All right, so off to Windhelm, which I believe. Oh man, why am I drawing a blank? It's right over here, I think. Holy shit, look at that freaking bear. That's massive. Attack it, Remy. Attack it. It's alright. Let's keep going. You know what? I think if I just cut down this way, it's a shortcut. I don't know why I've been going this long way every time. Let's try that. This is the first time I'm going to try that. Go down the hill, hit the ocean, then just turn right and follow the coastline. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, well, we should be seeing Windhelm pretty soon, actually. It should be coming up on us right as we keep going this direction here. Yep, there it is. Way faster. I don't know what I was thinking going the long way past those like crazy necromancers every time. Alright, this is the new route now from now on. And then the reverse version of that too on the way back if we're going the opposite way. Eastern Gate. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever entered through this Eastern Gate before.
Just one more book. Maybe a second one.
It's like unfamiliar to me. I've never been through this way before. Ugh. 22 minutes left. I think I could actually, you know, if everything goes smooth, we can actually make it to Riften, I think. Little quick side entrance to Palace of Kings. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Let's see how Ulfric looks, okay, guys? If it's the same. Okay, hey, they changed him. He looks way better now.
Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up and see where we can best use your talents.
It's funny because the little things that I mentioned in my last review are different now, but I'd hate to. I'm pretty certain I don't have that kind of sway, so it's just coincidental that the things that I thought were silly before have changed. So that's good though. That's good. For the better. It's a much better Ulfric. Snowy weather looks really good on this list. I'll tell you that for sure. That's for certain. Remio keeps getting in my shots though.
Last girl, I told you to leave my tools alone. You have yours, and I have mine.
I didn't touch it.
Hammers don't have legs.
What are you doing now? What's the hurry?
You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink. And you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
I'll take a look at one more interior.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fault.
The usual ones that we look at.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I've got a clean mug around here. Somewhere.
It's oddly bright in that little area here. I guess there's a lot of candles at play there, but up here looks a bit better. You got that glass window bringing in a lot of like natural light though. And then I've never noticed a staircase coming down this way. All right, we got 18 minutes to make it a Riften. I think we can do it. So that's Windhelm. Okay, well, got quite a way to go though. But yeah, going back
Person's circlet had a
as
diamond
we're
in it.
as
Did
we're
you see?
running, going back to what I mentioned earlier, like if I was to play different games, like say I wanted to do some streaming or maybe just episodic playthrough, or jump in once in a while my playthroughs to like Crimson Desert or Assassin's Creed, Black Flag Resync when it comes out. Like would you guys watch that, or would you care less for it? I'm curious, so let me know in the comment section, because I am gonna play those games and they do take up some of my time away from doing stuff like this if I do play them. So if I can combine the two worlds and play it but also push out content for it that you guys would watch, then I'll do that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll put out a poll too asking about it. There are a lot of people doing, you know, videos like that, but there's not a lot of people doing videos like this that I'm doing. So I guess, you know, that's my niche to stay in. So it would be, of course, in addition to doing stuff like this, which I think I created a pretty good baseline on most of the mod lists that are notable to play. There are a few kind of noteworthy ones that I just didn't get a chance to try that I may get around to trying, or so if some like super epic ones come out that like get on my radar or you guys tell me about that I look at and I agree they look pretty epic, then I'll put them onto the Skyrim Marathon playlist and do an episode of that. But mainly, you know, since I've been working more lately, I kind of want to just keep that baseline that I did and then kind of refocus in on just keeping up to date with, you know, these mod lists that were notable that we reviewed after they've overgone, you know, major overhauls, to see like how, you know, the modding scene, the Skyrim mod list scene or the modding scene has evolved over time, and kind of document that, but also help, you know, new players. The number one thing I hear about is new players getting into Skyrim modding or have been out of it for a little while that found these videos useful to watch to make a decision on what list they want to play.
Alright, let's see if they had anything worthwhile.
I'm gonna try some third-person combat for the remainder of the video. I think I did enough first-person combat. I actually personally play first-person more so nowadays than third-person, and I think that's why I keep naturally going towards it. But let's do some first-person. Okay, so the compass went away again. I'm just gonna tough it out and see like how things progressively get worse to kind of show that it's a repeatable issue. This is the worst case scenario I've had of it though, I think, out of any list that I've played. I'm surprised, you know, like half a year later pretty much, that this is still an issue and that people are still insisting to play a list with still add quick loot to their list, at least activated by default. I think LoreRim once upon a time, maybe if it's still there, has a note next to quick loot could cause compass issues, and I thought they leave it disabled by default, but it looks like it was enabled here. Pretty certain like we wouldn't have any compass issues if it was just disabled from the start. Pretty certain. I'm gonna go back to single-handed Maybe with shield. We'll play some of the stances on the way towards Riften. So we're gonna start with F1 stance. Play with that for a little bit. I absolutely do not like Sigma animations for first-person combat, or Sigma animations is only first-person combat, but I absolutely don't like it for one-handed swords, more so than all the other weapon types. So I'm gonna stay third-person.
You really shouldn't be trying to fight us. Oh, Scrap, are you okay? I'll fix you right up, I promise.
$11 minutes left. All right, we're gonna do F2. Okay, I don't know now. F3. Okay, yeah. So they are different. Okay, so we're at F2 last, so we're gonna go F2. See, this is like a Zorro simulator. Like you're gonna say, on guard, on guard. On guard, my good sir. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, man. It's a Skyrim. The Sigma mod author probably hates my guts. If he's ever watched my content, he probably hates my guts. I'm sorry, dude. But I think you went a certain direction that just doesn't sit with me, that's all. But, you know, you got a big fan base, so good for you. And, there's no doubt that you work hard to make your mods, so you deserve credit where credit is due. It's just not my style. So don't take it personal, please. Don't take it personal. For the most part, at least if it means anything, the hitbox issue I haven't noticed on this playthrough. So it seems like you maybe addressed that. I don't know. I haven't had much combat yet because this is LoreRim and I'm level 2, and so it's, you kind of got to pick and choose your battles a little wisely on LoreRim.
All this talk of dragons. Yeah, sure it is. I've got to get out of here.
Hold there.
Yeah. I ain't got money, man. I only got 20 gold. We're gonna go the other way. Alright, let's take a look. We have 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. So let's take a look at our surroundings a little bit and kind of give an assessment of the visuals one last time. Okay, so we're gonna look at some textures here. So kind of low res here. Now modded Skyrim does like to have low res mixed in with high res. you know, that's kind of weird there.
Were you aware that blacksmiths don't like you using their smelters?
Like that's a low res wood texture there.
Yelled off for not getting permission.
Now these are like a lot of low res things you'll see is not a neglect thing. It's more of a maybe it was a good visual choice to go low res on certain things. I know wood textures on trees is probably one of the first picks a modder will do to increase performance. Because I've had lists tank where I put a 4K tree texture in versus, you know, like a 2K one. And it's like a matter of like 10 FPS sometimes, or 20 FPS even. Okay, so that's trees. The water is fine. I think it's water for E and B probably. Okay, so did you notice that I just went swimming in first person and it didn't go to third person? Okay. Ah, okay. I see what's happening here. So, it's not that it goes to third person when you're getting in the water from first person. It's that it goes to third person if you're sprinting, because the sprinting swimming animation is only a third person animation. So to test that, we're going to jump in the water and then I'm going to hit sprint, and sprint goes to third person. See that? So as I was doing earlier without realizing is I was sprinting into the water and holding sprint down, and that's why it was jumping to third person. So that makes sense on the logic of why it's happening. It's happening because the animation only exists in third person, and so the game goes to it. Nobody out there, to my knowledge, has made a sprint or speed, I don't know if you call it sprint swimming, like a swimming fast animation in first person. Maybe you can increase the, you see, you know, like the way he moves his hands? Maybe you can just speed that animation up and that'll take place as a first person, you know, fast swimming animation, so that you don't have to go to third person. But I mean, it's a good amount of work, I'm sure, and still, if you could care less about that being a little nuanced, then I can see why that mod might not ever exist. You can see again the Oblivion interaction icons don't exist here because the compass is gone, right? And then it kind of it peaks itself a little bit. Like when we came in, it appeared real quick, but now it's gone again. I'm gonna go talk to this guy, and look, there's no interaction icon here. But if I press on him once and then stop talking to him, it'll show up there again. Yet the compass is still gone. And I want to say the smooth cam would fix it, but it doesn't, because it only temporarily fixes it for like a few minutes and then it goes away again. The compass is, like no other list before, reliably going missing, like within a small time window, even after restarting. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. I'll check out a couple interiors, and I think I'll end the video at the end like I usually do when I land here. Alright, Riften. This is modded. This is kind of unmodded. I'll take a look at the NPCs in here. I'm gonna count this compass going missing as another minus, by the way, because I would have to restart to fix it, and that counts as a 0.5 loss. Huh. Okay. It's a cool bear hat you got there.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you.
She has a unique looking face, but
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel.
alright. Nuriel sounds a little robotic there, doesn't she? I thought she was voice acted originally. Okay, we're getting 32 FPS in Riften. 37, it's going up a little bit.
Kit yourself out for the fight. Check out Grelka's quality goods here.
Don't miss out. Purchase a bottle of my genuine farmer blood elixir. Only
Gems,
20
potions,
septims each.
exotic ingredients. I have them all.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
Let's take a look at this interior. The food textures look pretty good, though. This Argonian looks pretty good. His textures look good. Okay. Well, you know what? There's about like 10 seconds left here, so I think we're gonna grab a seat at the bar.
Hey, Talon, get
Just-
off your lazy tail and take care of the customer.
Yeah,
Keep your scales on.
hold on.
Want a drink?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You'll excuse me. I have other things to attend to.
Okay, so we are gonna go through. Let's see. We're gonna go through our conclusion here of the review. Okay, I've been actually making note of what I would rate it, which I usually don't do, but because I had the old score next to it on my piece of paper here,
Scary.
we're gonna go through that. So performance, I think that performance since the last time I played this has gone down, which is unfortunate and unintentional, I'm pretty sure, for them. But from my personal experience, I can only speak from that. The last time we scored it a 4. Now as I'm talking, I'm gonna put the score up on the screen. So as I'm saying the score here, you should have it right in front of you, and I'm just gonna stick to that because I'm pretty sure this assessment is what I'm gonna stick to. So performance was a 4 last time. The Redux score is a 3.5. Combat last time was a 3.5. The Redux score, it's pretty much the same thing again, 3.5. UI, the last time I gave it a 5. But because the compass is part of the UI, and because it's such a repeated issue, it's going to count towards the UI being an issue as well. So the UI was a 5 on the last time I reviewed this list. It is now a 3.5 because of the repeated compass going missing. Visuals, there were a good amount of low texture visuals that I saw. This list is still phenomenal, but it just didn't hit me as well as it didn't hit me the same way as it did the last time I played this list. And so the visuals last time was a score of 5. I'm gonna go with 4.5 this time. It's close, but something's just not impressing me all the way. The lighting was a little off on some interiors, and there was quite a bit of low res textures that we came across. And again, that's for performance reasons, I'm sure, but performance is down too, so I don't know what to say about that. Stability, the game didn't crash. I'll give a credit to that. And I think the stability could be a perfect score if quick loot is disabled and that is in fact the cause of the compass issue. Then this would have got a 5 out of 5. But because quick loot was enabled, and it requires this consistent, persistent issue with the Oblivion interaction icons going away and the compass going missing, the stability is a 3. That being said, if quick loot is the cause, now there's better minds out there that can figure this out, I'm sure, but I have a good hunch it is. If quick loot is the cause of the compass going missing and Oblivion interaction icons going missing, then the UI score would have been a perfect 5 and stability would have been a perfect 5 today, which would have completely changed the score. I mean, it wouldn't have changed performance and combat, but it would have changed UI, visuals, not UI. It would have changed UI and stability, which are actually the lowest scoring, among the lowest scoring categories of today's review. So you'll see on the screen, again, the categorized Redux score, and then right now, it's going to change over to the final Redux score of LoreRim. And again, today we reviewed LoreRim version 4.0.4.1. That's a mouthful. And this list does undergo updates quite often. So what you see here on today's review is subject to change probably in the near future. At least some of it is. And I'd like to give a shout out to Biggie for changing the Ulfric to a different Ulfric. That was a little pet peeve of mine with LoreRim, and so that was very good on you to have changed that up. Anyways, great list nonetheless. There's a reason why this is a very notable list in the Skyrim modding world. And there's a huge following. You know, this and Novus probably have the largest followings. They're the 2 top biggest mod lists out there right now, with Nordic Souls following close in 3rd, I think, which is another great list as well. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the video as always. It was great fun having to do a review again for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next Skyrim Marathon Redux. Peace.